Herman Melville wrote about this majestic animal. His novel Moby Dick, or the White Whale, is known by the whole world. What does an ordinary person know about sperm whale? Only that the sperm whale is a relative of the whale. But the physiology of this animal is truly unique. It is interesting that exactly 1/3 of the entire carcass is occupied by the head, and the carcass itself can reach 50 tons of weight and 20 meters in length. By the way, sperm whales grow throughout their life. But what about behavior? And how about talents? But let's not chat too much, let's get down to business right away. If you would like to have a friend like the sperm whale, then subscribe to the channel and express your opinion in the comments. Let's start with the sleep of the sperm whale, as it is a very interesting sight. When a person decides to take a nap, he takes a horizontal position. The sperm whale does exactly the opposite. When the need arises to take a nap, sperm whales swim up to the surface of the water, stand upright, and turn off for 10 to 15 minutes. At the same time, their faces are directed towards the surface. Considering that these creatures live in groups, their sleep looks extremely strange to the observer. Several dozen whales seem to have been turned off by someone on purpose. They are hanging in the water. It even sounds strange. At this time, both hemispheres of the brain are almost completely disabled in the animal. Strange, but most cetaceans don't sleep. The rest of the sperm whale is short but very strong, and let the whole world wait. Previously, scientists were convinced that sperm whales sleep in the same way as dolphins, on the go. However, as it turned out later, sperm whales sleep in an upright position. But there is still a very interesting fact from the life of sperm whales. If we compare the capabilities of the sperm whale and any other whale, it turns out that only this unique one is able to stay underwater longer than anyone else. Having dived to a serious depth of up to 2,500 meters, he will calmly go about his business, absolutely not noticing the pressure of the water. By the way, modern submarines still cannot break this record. They are almost 3 times behind the sperm whale. On average, a sperm whale spends about 45 to 60 minutes underwater, which is a fabulous record for mammals. Just think about it. And our hero breathes only with his left nostril. The sperm whale needs his right nostril to let air in. A special valve closes and oxygen does not come out back. It is thanks to this system that the sea giant always has a large supply of oxygen. Whatever one may say, but even whales need to replenish their air supplies. The mammal moves slowly, but just before the water surface, the whale picks up speed. And it is gaining so much speed that it can completely jump out of the water. When the sperm whale thinks that he is a graceful dolphin, the eyewitnesses have to be reassured with sedatives. The whale often jumps out in front of the stern of the ship and then disappears at a breakneck speed. It looks like Neptune himself decided to have some fun. By the way, before jumping out of the water, the sperm whale always warns of its appearance with a fountain. However, the jets will be directed at an angle, so it is not always possible to see this warning signal. Sperm whales hunt all their adult life. For one type of food they dive deeply, for another they swim closer to the surface. The sea giant's menu is truly varied, but the basis is made up of mollusks and giant squids. It is rare to see octopuses here, and even less often sharks. The sperm whale searches for potential food using the same echolocation. A handy thing, by the way. Sperm whales can gather in small groups in order to drive their prey into a trap, block escape routes, and start eating. At the time of the hunt, cetaceans actively interact with each other. You have to agree on an offensive plan. But sperm whales are not only smart hunters, they also love to just chat. Sperm whales love to communicate, but they do it in a peculiar way. Among the sea animals there are silent ones, and there are talkers. If the sperm whale gets stranded, it will roar so hard that your ears will be blocked. For conversation, our hero uses 3 types of sounds. Either it pops, or groans, or snaps. Moreover, each group of sperm whales has its own language markers with a unique tonality. All sounds of sperm whales are high frequency. The whale can only hear them after the sound is reflected from the sea surface. With the help of these sounds, they greet, convey information, and warn each other about something. As for the intimate life of sperm whales, or the so-called weddings, they have no boundaries in this regard. Yes, you understood it correctly. Polygamy reigns here. When the time for sperm whale weddings comes, the male gather around themselves a whole harem, about 10 to 15 ladies. The young ladies are not capricious, no complaints, no scandals. But you have to fight for them. Males push each other with their foreheads at high speeds. With such a mass, this sight is like gladiatorial fights. While some whales are actively getting to know each other and join the fight club, others do not want to create families. They organize full-fledged bachelor groups and compete in swimming. Well, sperm whales, how interesting you are created! What about you, friends? Did you like the sperm whales? Let us know in the comments. The teeth of the sperm whales are valuable bones. At the time of whale hunting, they served as an expensive ornamental material which was valued on a par with walrus tusk and mammoth tusk. One whale tooth can weigh up to 2 kilograms. And at the end of the video, we want to show you something else interesting. Animals that most people have never seen. There are still a lot of funny animals in nature, about which many of us have no idea. Here are some of them. Magic rabbit. Few have heard of this cute and incredibly rare animal, but it may well touch the eyes of a person no worse than a panda. Biologists call him Eli Pica. The second name of this animal is magic rabbit. He was recently photographed for the first time in 20 years. The animal was first discovered in the Tian Shan Mountains in China. In length, it grows up to 20 centimeters. It is larger than a hamster, but much smaller than a cat. Belongs to the species of picas. There are very few of them left in the Tian Shan, only 8,000 on the planet. They live in colonies, but Chinese picas try to hide as well as possible. The second animal, pichisi. How do you like this animal in the photo? Looks like a dressed-up pig, doesn't it? This is a pink fairy armadillo. The second name is the frilled battleship. It lives in Argentina. In this photo, an armadillo cub, so it may well fit in the hands. Adults grow up to 1 meter. The main diet is insects and plant roots. And the favorite delicacy is ants and their larvae. Outwardly it looks lazy, but don't get fooled. Literally in a few seconds it is able to dig underground, leaving only a shell on the surface. And if it buries itself in the sand, it is able to swim in it, smoothly breaking through his own passages. Pichisi is the Argentinian version of the common mole. And one more little known animal. Babirusa is also called pig deer. In length a meter, weight up to 80 kilograms. Strongly different in appearance from other pigs, and it's not just the strange curved fangs. This pig has a disproportionately small head and very long legs. Babirusa breaks her canines regularly, so they grow all the time. But if the pig is lazy enough, then the fangs begin to pose a danger to itself. There are cases when these fangs bend and grew until they cut their tips into the animal's skull. There are very few of them, and they only live in Indonesia. Unlike our pigs, they eat exclusively plant foods. favorite delicacy is seaweed. Babirusa eats them at low tide, running out to the seabed until the water comes back.
Предположительно, в дикой природе осталось 5-10 тысяч бабирус, а в этом зоопарке их уже 15 особей.
Well, friends, this series has also come to an end. We hope it was interesting to you. Stay with us because we want to tell and show you so much more about the animals that live with us on our planet Earth. See you soon!